There's something hidden in the sound of ancient Crete. Linguists studying the dialects of ancient Greece noticed it decades ago, an anomaly that didn't quite fit the accepted story. The dialect of Crete was Doric, not in the way you'd expect, not because of what happened in 1100 BC when the Bronze Age collapsed and waves of migration swept through the Greek world. No, the Doric layer in the Cretan dialect is older than that. The question is, how did it get there? The standard explanation goes like this. After the Bronze Age collapse, Dorian Greeks moved into the region and left their mark on the language. The Doric features in Cretan Greek, most famously the long alpha, where other dialects use eta, are their legacy. In Attic Greek, the word for day is hemera. In Cretan Greek, it is hamera. The Dorians changed the sound. End of story. Except it isn't. Ancient Greek mythology preserved something scholars spent a long time dismissing as legend. The story of a man named Tektamos. Tektamos was the son of Dorus, the ancestral figure from whom the Dorians took their name. According to ancient sources, Tektamos led a migration from Thessaly to Crete. He didn't come alone. He brought Achaeans. He brought Pelasgians. He brought people, and with people, language. This happened in the 2nd millennium BC, long before the Dorian migrations, long before 1100 BC. But the story doesn't stop there. Tektamos arrived in Crete and married the daughter of King Crithaius. Their son was Asterios. Asterios became king of Crete, and he married Europa. Europa, the mythical mother of Minos, the woman at the root of the entire Minoan civilization, which means the royal line of Crete, the dynasty of Minos, the civilization of the labyrinth and the bull leapers and the frescoes, ran directly through a man of Doric descent. The Doric lineage wasn't imposed on Crete. It was woven into its founding mythology. What makes this more than mythology is what survived in the language itself. The Cretan dialect carries the Doric long alpha, hamera instead of hemera, and this feature appears in records that predate the traditional Dorian migrations. It was already embedded in the language before the collapse. Then there is ydede, a small Doric particle meaning look now or already. A marker, a fingerprint. The kind of thing that doesn't appear in a language unless it was placed there by speakers. Speakers who came before the invasion that history usually blames. Linguists call these fossils. Words and sounds preserved in a language long after the civilization that created them has dissolved, like insects in amber. Cretan Greek is full of them, and they are older than 1100 BC. Here is where the story becomes remarkable. Cretans today still speak a dialect that carries these ancient forms. The Doric alpha, the ancient particles. These are not museum pieces. They are living sounds, spoken on the island every day. When a Cretan speaks, they carry a layer of language that was deposited in the 2nd millennium BC by people who crossed the Aegean and followed a man named Tektamos from Thessaly to Crete. 3,500 years, and the sound is still there. The Dorian invasion happened. It reinforced things, amplified things, but it did not create the Doric character of Cretan Greek. That character was already there, already spoken, already embedded, already part of the island's identity, because Tektamos came first. History handed us one story about how Doric came to Crete. The language itself has been telling a different one all along. You just had to know how to listen.